Welcome back to Studio D, a man who changed his name to honor a popular film character. His reasoning may surprise you. Plus, a superhero doctor steps in to diagnose his friends. You're watching Studio D, your daily dose of news and entertainment. Thank you for joining us. I'm Warren Wright. A hacker of celebrity accounts gets some serious jail time. A Lancaster, Pennsylvania man was sentenced to 18 months in prison on charges of hacking into celebrity email accounts and obtaining nude photographs. Well, after Election Day, access to marijuana is likely to reach an all-time high across the nation. Nearly 60 million Americans may wake up November 9th to find voters in their states have abolished long-standing marijuana prohibitions.
I'm a giant fraidy cat, and I hate going to those movies. I can't do
Are you
horror
surprised
movies.
that he's a giant fraidy cat?
No.
Or that he referred to himself as a giant fraidy
Hey,
cat
I mean, like, I sat on my dad's lap and I watched Alien, so.
last week?
Yeah,
Yeah, it was like sweet.
things got a little weird at the Wright House. All right, well, if you're looking for something a little less scary,
And that movie has not aged.
No,
I
it's
don't
still
think
classic.
it's aged at all.
and it's because it's supposed to be in the future or whatever in space, you're like, oh, the 80s space, you know?
The computers, the keyboards click. That's
Oh,
the
yeah.
only
You guys
thing that
make me
gives it
feel
away.
old.
But other than that, it is a nearly flawless, perfect movie. Okay, next up, we have a newer movie that scared folks out of the theater, The Conjuring. Thank you for joining us. I'm Warren Wright. A family sues Amazon after a hoverboard fire destroys a $1 million house. A Nashville family whose mansion was destroyed earlier this year.
My left hand.
It's weird, though, that they could tell by the jaw.
I guess because you're
like-
more chewing on one side, more dominant?
Yeah, well, maybe the
Like-
places you were scratching or brushing your teeth in a
Right.
primitive
Okay,
form.
I don't know if this is true or not, but I know this woman who said that she only dates men who are left-handed because she goes, they're better lovers.
Really?
They're more creative. They're more creative.
Is that? And that's what she says. She goes, because left-handed people are forced to be more creative and just navigating through the world. There we go. And so, and Brandon, our floor director, is like, yeah, that's me, baby.
I'm always fascinated by. Oh yeah, you know what? I will do that later with the
Or
mask.
will you just put it away and preserve it and put it in a plastic
No,
bag?
I'm not-
and
I'm
like,
not that-
Oh,
Sell it on
it's going to
eBay
be worth
in, like,
something
10
in 20 years.
I'm
Ooh.
not that type of nerd. No.
But you know, a lot of people are really highly suspect of Comey because the way he's handled this. I mean, as a reporter, you know, we would call and approach the FBI. It's like, we heard that you're investigating, and they would never say they were investigating. They would never confirm nor deny that there was an investigation going on. So for them to announce, we've got an investigation going on, it's so beyond the norm of procedure.
But
that
this whole election's been
everyone's
beyond the norm.
scratching their heads. Yeah, but you expect the FBI to be able to operate within the lines of what's considered appropriate in terms of how things are normally done with the DOJ and the FBI, and that's not happening.
No.
And so everyone's scratching their head like, why did he do this? Why did he have a press conference? I mean, this is not something that's this normal standard procedure.
Yeah. I have former colleagues that are part of the DOJ with him and are really, really disappointed in what he did. Yeah, very disappointed. I can't talk about the DOJ wearing his hat. No, I'm serious. I mean, it
yes.
was irresponsible. I think it was irresponsible. I mean, he feels like he's damned if he does and damned if he doesn't, that if later on they would say to him, you know, why didn't you say anything? But not feeling
It's just
that
not
was
the,
the
it's just,
right,
it's just not the way
appropriate-
normally things are
No,
done when
no,
they make when,
no.
they,
No, but
when
it's
there's
That's not
this
proper
close to an
protocol.
election.
It's definitely
It's
going to
like-
be an interesting story all week, and as the candidates are out on the campaign trail, what they're going to have to talk about.
Well, whether you love them or you hate them, haunted houses are a big part of the Halloween season. They can be scary or silly, but truly the best part about them is making fun of other people's reactions, especially if the people in question are the typical bros. Well, you know, with all the politics, you really do wonder. Everyone's saying they're boycotting. I wonder how many people really are. I mean, like Ivanka Trump's line, they were saying they were going to boycott that. I'd be really curious to see if this is working.
doing better than ever.
Really? Oh, there you go.
Because she wears her own stuff. And
Yeah.
she looks great.
And
in
she
6
looks
months,
great.
we're going to forget about this whole thing, and life's going to go back to somewhat normal.
But not in 8
Unless
days,
Trump
there's gonna be
starts
a
Trump
recount.
TV.
When Trump TV launches,
Then we're never gonna ever gonna get over this stuff.
I want to.
You know what I like about his shows is that he hired actors that were had been in TV for a long time, and he knew that they were talented, but no one else was giving them a chance. And he turned them all into stars because he was like, you know what, you've really got talent, and it was like really neat to see familiar faces and then have these familiar faces blossom into the like full-blooded characters.
With Mad Men, half
Great
the time you'd be
stuff.
like, I remember you from blah,
Yeah,
something
exactly.
else or whatever. They'd end up popping up in there. So
Like
yeah.
Christina Hendricks has been around forever.
Oh, yeah. And she's
you know?
wonderful.
And she's so gorgeous. And then,
Yeah.
you know, she never got to do anything. And then she became just a huge star.
And she